Hi, welcome back. Okay, sekarang belakang saya ada Proton X50. Tapi kalau satu kereta je boring. So I brought friends. Kita ada Perodua Ativa. Dan juga kita ada Honda HR-V. Dan last sekali Hyundai Kona.
So with me, I have the Kona 1.6 Turbo N-Line, 157,000 for the N-Line. But if you go just the turbo, is 147,000. So the next we have
Proton Ativa. How could you not love this car? This car is in a Panda, black and white. This is not the AV. This is the 1.0H, which is 66,600. Come on, this is like how many times less expensive than that thing?
how many times better looking than this thing?
Guys, aku ada Proton X50. Okay, yang ni harga dia 103,300.
Eyo.
Tapi mampu tak nak beli? Mampu, tapi mampu tak nak tunggu?
Mampu tak ni?
Soalan please. Kalau kita order hari ni dapat bila bro?
Itu terpulang lah.
Oh, okay.
Sebab the longer the wait, the better it gets.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Guys, this is all waste of time lah.
lupa.
Waste of time lah.
Oh yeah, Honda.
This is the darling lah. The HR-V RS 118,000. It's got everything. Waste of time lah. Let's go home.
Hey, how old are you?
Let's go home.
How old are you?
This is
Okay.
a waste of time.
Okay, anyway, we'll ignore the kids for a while. Over these next couple of days, we are going to be having a few tests for you guys. We'll do a fuel consumption test. We will do a luggage test. We will do an interior seating test. We'll do an NVH test. And we also have a special sort of track setup to do a slalom test to look at the handling of all of these 4 B segment SUVs. So without further ado, let's roll for the first test.
As much as I think this is a waste of time, here I am trying to figure out which has got the biggest boot out of all these cars. So here's how we're going to do it. We've got 10 items, we've got a cap of 2 minutes, we're going to try fit all the items in the cars. So we're going to have some friends help me out and let's go and do this. Alright, to make it fair, we've set up an order. So what you need, what you really don't need. It goes like that. So we have to fill in here first, there last. Okay, so the Ativa has 369 liters of boot space and here we go. Alright.
Okay, go.
It looks kind of small, guys, seriously. Huh? So okay, the Ativa has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 items. Well, Jim, your kids will just have to walk. 8? Okay. Okay, so now we move on to the X50. Unfortunately, it's got the smallest boot, but it doesn't really tell much. We just got to try it out, see how many items it can fit. Okay, guys, let's go.
Let's go.
Sharil, how confident are you of your car, man? Oh, one bag is gone. Okay, so despite having the smallest boot, let's count how many it can take. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See, so facts and figures on paper doesn't really tell the story. So there you go. Boleh beli ke kereta ni?
Jangan main bang.
There you go. So okay, the Honda HR-V has the biggest boot out of the 4. It's got 437 liters. But once again, let's find out if it can take more or not. Come on guys, let's go do this.
No cheating, huh?
Hey, this one waste of time. Seriously, come on. Let's just... So yeah, so it's got 8 items here. I don't need to count. I already knew this was gonna win. So yeah, thanks guys. Yeah, okay, let's just go home. So it might not look like it, but the Kona has the second largest boot out of the 4. But once again, we'll have to test it out. So come on guys, let's go.
374, huh?
374 liters. Yes. Oh, okay. So as you can see, despite having the second largest boot space, it doesn't really fit much. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, stop cheating. This one doesn't fit. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 items. Okay, so there you go. Only a test like this that you can really tell how much you can fit in the boot space. But all these items you can probably fit at the back of your car if you really want to. So anyway, that's part of this test, and let's go to the next test.
Okay, kita dah selesai dengan boot capacity. Sekarang kita dekat interior pula, sebab interior pun penting. Kita nak tengok berapa orang boleh muat dengan selesa dalam kereta ni. Dia orang akan bagi thumbs up lah. Kalau tak okay, dia orang akan bagi thumbs down. Let's go! My children, come in.
Oi. Sports car lah.
Okay.
Okay, sekarang dah ada 5 orang kat dalam ni. So sekarang macam mana? Selesa ke tak selesa? Kalau selesa bagi thumbs up, tak selesa bagi thumbs down.
I feel very...
Okay, kita ada 3 thumbs up dan 2 thumbs down. Let's go to the other car, Perodua Ativa. Okay, sekarang kita dekat dalam satu lagi kereta kebanggaan Malaysia, Perodua Ativa. Can it beat the Hyundai Kona? Let's find out. Come on!
Oh, Perodua Ativa.
Oh, I'm so comfortable already.
Okay, sekarang kita kat dalam Perodua Ativa. Macam mana guys? Selesa tak selesa? Wow, kita ada 4 thumbs up. So dia dah lawan dengan Hyundai Kona. Jom kita tengok X50.
Why did you want to do it?
Kau kenapa? Okay, now kita ada dekat dalam the most sexiest SUV yang ada kat sini, Proton X50. Nak tengok macam mana Proton X50 handle? Let's go. Come. Oh my children, so lembab. Okay.
Okay, kereta yang kita boleh beli tapi tak boleh dapat.
Oh, the most premium interior that you can get out of these 4 cars. How guys?
But when can get that, bro?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
Macam mana? Thumbs up? Thumbs
Bro,
down?
I got no shoulder space lah, bro.
Yeah.
Sorry. I don't know what is it with
I
you.
don't know why you got shoulder space.
You keep impinging me.
Thumbs down. Hey bro, jangan cakap banyak. Sama je macam tu.
Kau himpit
Kona.
aku setiap kali, lepas tu letak thumbs up.
So 3 thumbs up, 2 thumbs down.
Dia punya
Let's go.
seating position tu lagi best lah.
See? Honesty is the best
Tapi
answer.
bila boleh dapat tak tahu.
Damn. Okay, now we are in the oldest car you can get here. So let's check it out. Let's go. Come.
Ayo, Mak.
Get in, my children.
Okay, Papa.
Honda Herv.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
selesa?
Yeah.
Thumbs up or thumbs down, guys?
I have to give it a thumbs up.
This is good.
Wow, we have 5 thumbs up.
Buang masa langsung
So this old car won.
Okay, Mr. Kito, let's go makan. Okay, so now we have with us, to put this car through its paces, we have with us Zenlo. Now he's done some drifting, he's done gymkhana, he's done formula racing, he's done GT racing. There's no one we know who's better suited to test out these B segment SUVs and tell you what it's like to drive, especially put through certain challenges, right? He'll have all 4 cars to go through, and we'll let you know at the end of after each particular test or challenge, what the scores are. Shall we?
Yep, looking forward. Let's go.
I like the side door handle here. So nice, very useful. Yes, very useful. Especially when you're in the car with Zenlo. Okay, so now we have the 3-point and parking test.
Right.
So we're gonna go in straight, 3-point turn, park between the bollards, and then come back out.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds easy to me.
Oh, what
Ready?
isn't? So yes, let's go. You see, so one thing you'll notice is that, if from the camera view, is that Zen doesn't use the 360 camera available.
Nope.
He uses his eyes
I
and
don't
the
trust-
side view mirrors.
I don't trust the camera.
Ah.
Yeah.
So is that a tip that you would say we should follow?
Well, yes, because camera does not project the actual distance. It's only a guesstimate. So if you want accuracy, nothing is more accurate than your own eyes. So I always believe using your eyes as a judgment rather than the camera.
It's a
Because
better.
that's
Okay.
my personal preference.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yep.
So we've done that.
Then
and
we're
off
out.
we go.
Yes. So there you have it. You would have seen the two different challenges, or three actually, that we had Zenlo put the 4 cars you see behind us through. Now we had a slalom test and we had a 3-pointer as well as parking test. Zen's going to give us his marks, his objective marks according to all the cars he's driven. I do however want to point out that we won't be grading the Perodua Ativa on the slalom test. When we tried to put it through the slalom test, it threw up a fault, and for the sake of safety we decided not to go through with it. So Zen will be grading the Perodua Ativa solely on the parking as well as the 3-point turn, but everything else will be graded. So now, the moment of truth, we're going to get the assessment from Zen for all the vehicles. We're going to start with the Proton X50.
I think it's not too bad at all, this car. The only thing that I didn't feel quite happy with it is the safety feature, which is the traction control. So
Sure.
the car, actually it's not a bad thing. The TC is actually a safety feature for normal driving, normal people on the road. I think it's quite good.
Okay.
But to perform a slalom with this TC setup, I think it's
not
a bit
the
of
best
a,
idea,
not the
yeah.
best idea. It's
Okay.
just too sensitive.
Okay.
And that kills the slalom. Yeah.
Fair enough. Now, the next one, the Perodua Ativa.
I think it's not too bad at all in terms
Right.
of the 3-point parking and the reverse. The car feels just as good. It performs just as good as the other more expensive SUV. The only downside that I don't quite like it is the steering feel.
Okay.
I found the steering a little bit on the heavy side.
Okay.
Otherwise, I think the car is not too bad.
Perfect. Now, the crowd favorite, the Honda HR-V. It's also the oldest among the lot that we have here with us. What do you think of the Honda HR-V? Because you had a lot of good things to say when we were doing the test earlier.
Simple reason is because to start off with, the Honda is an NA.
Okay.
With the NA, I can get instant torque,
Right.
unlike the other two, which is the turbo.
Right.
So you're getting a bit of a turbo lag. So out of the slalom with the torque immediately, and that allows me to steer the car with a bit more aggressive feel.
Okay.
And the car roll, the steering feel overall is also better than the other two cars. That's how I feel. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Now we come to the best looking car of the lot, if I
Right.
say so myself.
I personally
The
agree with you.
Hyundai- Yeah,
I love
okay.
that car. The look is
Okay.
nice. Yeah.
The Hyundai Kona.
If it wasn't for the turbo lag, I would have gone a bit more aggressive through the slalom. But because
Okay.
of the turbo lag, the car I put my foot on, but the car is not moving.
Sure.
So therefore, the car felt a bit lazy, and
Okay.
that way, the steering feel is not as good as the Honda.
Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough. And there you have it. You've seen the points grading from Zenlo. We'll tabulate all of them and we'll have a final score once we're done with all the tests, of course.
Alright, so now we're going to move on to the fuel consumption test. Being urban SUVs, obviously this is going to be an important role. So we're going to standardize a few things. We're going to keep all ACs at a certain level. And we're going to do 100-kilometer routes to Jandabai via Gombak. So it's got a mix of urban and highway. So let's get going. My Ferrari just started, so let's go. So to make it fair, we're going to fill all the car up to the brim, but we're going to leave the machine to unclick it, so that it's full. So now that we have filled the car to the brim, we've just reset the fuel economy gauge. Okay, so we just got back from a 100-kilometer route, and we've been through some urban roads, some hilly climbs, some highway, and as predicted. Of course, look, only 11 bucks 85. Okay, what? Hello,
By the way, the Ativa smart engine, also turbo, 8 ringgit 88 cents to go 100 kilometers. How much your HRV? Cubby?
11 85. Okay. Maybe my cockiness was just a bit too much. Okay, gotta give it to you, Jim. Well done, Ativa. So yes, the most fuel efficient is apparently the Ativa. But something's gotta be wrong here, Jim. Come on, man.
Hi guys. So part of our standardized same segment shootout program with test NVH. So that stands for noise, vibration, harshness. So we're in the Honda HR-V. We're gonna go into a lap, do a little loop of this area over here, some highway, some stop-go traffic, some bumps here and there. And I'm going to measure NVH from my perspective, what I feel in the car, and rank every car that we have here. So HR-V, Ativa, Hyundai Kona N-Line, and X50 from Proton. And to be more scientific, we'll also have phones measuring the decibels using an app. Yeah, so that's how we'll do. Okay, so what do we think about the NVH levels of the HR-V? I think they're pretty good. I do feel that for some reason HR-V is kind of crashy on rutted surfaces. You feel a lot of busyness from the wheel wells. I don't know why. It seems like the dampers are taking the brunt of the actual impacts from the bumps and everything else, but for some reason there's just a lot of, the uneven surfaces are really upsetting the noise levels. With the X50, it was less harsh, but there's more noise everywhere. There's more noise from the wheel well, more noise from the wheels and the tires themselves. There's more noise coming in. There's more noise echoing throughout this cabin. It just feels overall like there's much less, not much less, but less definitely, sound deadening materials in the X50. But with the way it's set up, it's less harsh. You don't feel the bumps that much. You feel them, you hear them. Like I said, it's more noisy, but it's not harsh. It's soft and pliant. So surprisingly, this isn't the quietest car. Even though I'm gonna rank it right now as probably the best in terms of NVH, which is surprising because it says Kona N-Line. It's supposed to be all sporty and everything. This, the red stitching la and the blue color outside and the big wheels. You think it's supposed to be sporty and firm, but it's not. Actually, it's more comfortable than the HR-V and much quieter overall than the X50, even though it's on the same tires. I barely hear these Ultra Contact 6s because this is more sound padding, I guess, in between us and actually the wheels in the wheel arches. So it's quiet, it's comfortable, just totally this isn't supposed to be a comfortable car, or this is supposed to be a less comfortable, more sporty Kona, and yet it's so far, in my mind, through my butt and my ears, I feel that this is the best in terms of NVH so far, unless it can be beat by the Ativa, which we'll see lah. To me, this is, I think, objectively where it should be. It's below everything else, obviously, because it's not as expensive as those other cars. But really, when it comes down to it, on the highway, it's smooth. On normal roads, it's smooth. But you can pick it apart. You can. It's not as solid feeling as the other cars. But for what it is, it's super impressive how much refinement there is in the cabin. Maybe it's down to the tires too, because I don't hear those Turanzas, making a weird noise or just grinding away on the tarmac. It feels okay. It feels quiet. But there's little bumps in the road where it just catches it out, and there's a little rattle, a sub rattle, I'll even call it, here and there. Look, even then, there's a bump over there. It just jolted around a little bit, but it's totally controlled. It's a good, refined car. It just isn't as refined as those other cars. especially because it's not as expensive as them. So good job to Perodua, but it might not matter in terms of NVH. Overall good, but I was just, with this RS trim, they have the bigger wheels and maybe they have different resonance and the tires play a part. I remember the HRV being quieter than this. It's not bad, it's just more busy than I remember this car being, that's all. It's a more comfortable, objectively more comfortable car than the HRV, but it doesn't feel as expensive because it's just more noise echoing around, more noise from the wheels, the tires, you can hear the road more. Yeah, so it's kind of a balance.
So here we are at the end of the compact or the B segment SUV challenge. Just to recap, the 4 challenges we had today were the Hyundai Kona, we had the N-Line, the 1.6 turbo, we had the Proton X50 flagship, the Ativa H variant, and the RS, the Honda HR-V RS as well, okay? So we had 5 tests as you would have seen. We had a fuel consumption test, we had a luggage test, we had an interior space test, we had a driving test together with Zen Low, and we also had a fuel consumption test, right? We had all these tests conducted across all of the 4 vehicles. We'll flash the results for you on the screen as you can see them. You can come to your own conclusions of what you'd like to or what you think of these vehicles. Now, I think the key takeaway here is that if you're in the market for a B segment SUV in Malaysia, you've got options. You've got these 4 options and then some. And they cater for every price range. It only depends on how big your wallet is and what you like in a car. So until the next comparison challenge from Carlist.my, I'm signing out. Take care, drive safe, and thank you to the team as well. Job well done. Cut. Now, as with any car we buy these days, there's always the cubby hole test, right? So we've got a couple of drinks here with us that we're going to put through every car and let's give you a count of how many cubby holes or how many cans we can fit in each B segment SUV, okay? So 1, 2, Adam,